Hey guys, it's me Shail here and welcome to yet another video on the channel. It's been a very long time, I agree on that, but here we are back with another tutorial, and today we are going to be making a football poster, a Lamine Yamal football poster, a Spain Yamine Yamal football poster, not a Barca poster today. So let's get right into it. We'll try to keep this as short as possible and as simple, as minimal as always, and I'll make sure that the tutorial just flows by really quickly so you guys can follow along, and at the same time you guys can learn something, or maybe I can learn a couple of things as well. So let's get started. So I have the canvas open right in front of me. The dimensions that I've used for this specific poster are 1080 pixels wide, and in terms of the length it's going to be 1350 pixels. I've put the resolution at 300 just to give you a little bit of an idea on how it looks like. It's going to be something like this. The width is going to be 1080, the height is going to be 1350, and the resolution is going to be 300 pixels per inch. First things are first, we need some good pictures of Lamine Yamal himself. Alright, so these are the two images that I was able to find on the internet of Lamine. I think these two are going to go good. So the basic idea of this old poster is going to be that since the World Cup is going to be going on in US and the final is going to be played, I believe, in MetLife Stadium, New Jersey. So the whole plan for this specific design is going to be that we are going to be having Lamine within that stadium on the background, while on the forefront we will have Lamine playing football with this, picture that we have. So let's get them, quickly masked out. Let's make PNGs of theirs really quickly. So I'll be doing that. So in order to do that, you can just use a select subject. That is pretty simple, or you can mask with the pen tool, just to make sure that this, video is going to be super swift. I've gone with the select subject button. I'm going to be masking it. So it has removed the football, which I actually wanted. So I'm going to bring it back. And in order to do that, I'm just using the brush tool. Here we have the football. Just like that. Oh, that. We have the football. We can, refine the edges later on. Similarly, we're going to be masking Lamine on the back as well. Alright, so the next thing is we are going to be coloring the background quickly, just a plain solid color. The color that I have chosen is a bit of a white shade, like white in a yellowish shade. How I have achieved that is on the scale, I have put the colors over on the yellow end, and then I've just, slightly darkened the white slider, or you can say the color picker, and colored it on the background. This gives us a bit of a, off-white creamy background, kind of suiting the entire, Spain color scheme that we have. So once that is done, let's quickly bring in the stadium. Now, to bring in the stadium, you can just go on to Google and find it. I'll quickly bring in the MetLife Stadium picture. Here we are, gentlemen. We have the MetLife Stadium right in front of us. So what we are going to do is we are going to bring it in. Let's convert it to a smart object. So when we descale it, the quality does not get hindered. So the entire idea of this poster is going to be that we are going to be having the MetLife Stadium in the center, somewhere around, you can say, here, and then the Lamine, the big picture of Lamine, is gonna go somewhere inside it, right about, you can say, here. Let's adjust the MetLife Stadium a little bit as well. Right, so Lamine is gonna go in here, and we're just gonna quickly mask out Lamine. Why is the size not decreasing? There we go. We're just going to quickly mask out Lamine from here, just like that, right? So something like that, and that is good. So basically that is going to be the composition, and the other lamine is gonna be right about here. So we have the top, we have the middle, and then we have the bottom. So the bottom is going to be the play field, the middle is the MetLife Stadium, and in the background we can do something interesting. So in order to separate these things, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be bringing in the Spanish flag, the Spain flag. We have the Spain flag, and I'm just going to quickly color pick the two colors, and then I'm just going to create two strips, you can say. One would be the yellow one and the other the red. Perfecto. And let me quickly adjust them in a way like that. And this is obviously going to come behind Lamine. So I want them a bit curved, you can say, and I want them to be somewhat bit shrinked furthermore. So this is going to be the MetLife Stadium bit. So let's quickly put them right about here, right? So this part is going to be the MetLife Stadium part. This is going to be the green play field, and behind Lamine we are going to be thinking about something else. So let's quickly mask out the stadium. Basically, I'm using the lasso tool to select this region in specific, and I'm basically going to mask it out using the clip mask. Also going to remove the region up here, and all I need to do is I just need to brush it out. That's pretty much it, and it's looking pretty good. But what we can do is we can firstly make in black and white the stadium, and that looks already much better. But what I want to do is I want to take the brush black, so basically masking it out, and I just want to feather a bit of masking in here, so it gives off a nice little faded effect to it, somewhat like that, but at the same time I don't want it to be fading it completely, if that makes sense. I'm gonna quickly jump here and clean out any sort of residue on the either side of the pattern. So far looking pretty good. What we can do now is we can either go into the color corrections, which I want to get to further in just a minute. What we need to add is the grass first. So let's see, we have Lamine over here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and find some sort of grass, or you can just use ChatGPT to generate a good chunk of grass. I'll be right back with you guys. All right, so we are back with the you can say the grass texture, the grass asset. I generated it through, what do you call it, ChatGPT. What I did is I gave it the same picture of Lamine, as you can see, the layer one, this picture, and it basically gave that to me, and I basically adjusted it a little bit, and here we have Lamine, we have the grass, and basically so far this is how the composition is looking like for us. The next thing that we will be doing is we will be adding a little bit of something in the background of the third section, and what I feel like is I want to add some sort of a texture. So I noticed there is some sort of a texture going on in the jersey, so I try to find that texture, but all I could really find is this image right here. So this is the texture that was used for the Spain 2021 jersey, so we will be using that. Let's just put it right around here. I'm going to change the blend mode to lighten, so that it's not that obnoxious to the eye, but at the same time it's visible. And the same thing for this as well. We will just remove every bit of it that is not within the area that we want it to be in. So far we have pretty much downed the entire composition and what not. Um, Although I think the grass should go below here. All right, there we go. Now that's fine. So previously, as you can see, it was going up, which was not looking good. So we brought it below the two rectangular layers. I'm pretty rusty when it comes to making tutorials. I've really lost uh, the entire way around it. But here we are. We have the basic composition ready. All that is left is now to add in the quick color corrections. So without any further ado, let's start with the big boy Lamine. Just a little bit of tidying up. I am not liking one bit this entire bit, so I'm just going to mask it out just like that. This isn't a very tidy cutout because I want this to be a beginner level design and I want this to be a very short and quick tutorial to follow along. So I hope you guys are able to follow it and are able to create something really cool. I would love to have a look at your designs as well. So yeah, so what I would like to do is I would like to convert it to a smart object so that when we are applying the filter only is applied upon Lamine and not his background when previously. So if we would not make it a smart object, we would have the background come in and it would make it a bit difficult for us to really adjust the highlights, the contrast, and the color correction elements basically. So I'm going to pump up the exposure a bit on here, the contrast as well, going to reduce the highlights, going to pump the shadows up so that his eyes are a bit more visible, his features, pump the whites up a bit as well and the blacks as well. That's how I like the design to be in the specific composition. Then I would like to add in some texture, a little bit of clarity. That's going to be it on this effects bar. Have some sharpening in, no noise reduction to be very honest. That's going to be pretty much it here. But for some beginner designers, I have a hack for you guys. There are some presets available in the camera filter that you guys can use, and they're really overpowered. So I'm just gonna give you guys a quick rundown on how you guys can do that. So it's taking a bit of time for me right now because I'm recording the tutorial as well. So it processes the entire AI thing on your computer, but it's really beneficial. So let's say I want to enhance the eyes, just keep an eye on his eyes. If I hover over that option of enhance eyes, you can see his eyes get enhanced pretty well, and you can control the strength of that specific enhancement as well. You can texture here, you can smooth the hair out, you can enhance the clothes, you can do all sorts of stuff with it. So make sure to check this out. It's pretty darn cool to do so. Then what we are going to be doing is we're going to be applying the camera filter on the other image of Lamine as well. So let me quickly do that. We can pump the whites up, the blacks up as well, bring in some exposure. I love to have some good vibrance going on. At times I would even desaturate the image, but the vibrance, I always love to have it on the above end. You can copy what I am doing or experiment so that you can have your own color correction style, which I would personally prefer for you to do. So we have that in. Actually, what I want to do is I want to have a little bit of camera raw filter going on our MetLife Stadium image as well, just to make it a bit sharpened up, a bit more, you can say, just a bit more bright, sharpened and crisp look to it, as well as the grass. The grass does not seem very green at the moment. We can pump up the vibrance a bit, and then we can also go ahead and mess around with some other effects as well. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this layer of Lamine and use the harmonize feature. So the harmonize feature is going to create automatic shadows for you guys. No more hassle of going through the shadows yourself. You can just generate them, and within a few seconds unless you are recording like me and your computer is going through a bit of, um, CPU heavy tasks, it would be able to, generate it quickly for you guys, and you don't have to really go around shading and having different brush tools and all. Although I do recommend that, but this actually helps your workflow a lot and you can quickly get things done. Um, so as you can see, it has generated a couple of shadow options. Um, Honestly, I do not like any of them, so I'm gonna ask it to generate a couple more. And yeah, I'll be right back with you guys once I have some good harmonized layers. All right, it's taking me a couple of iterations to get there, but we have the shadows in. Took me a bit of time, so apologies for that. But that is pretty much it. So here on, you can either add to this or you can just end it here. But what my plan is, I'm going to be adding some bit of a um, color scheme going on in here as well. So what I will do is, let me quickly create a clipping mask. I'm going to be using the same colors that are being used so far, and I'm going to be making some bit of highlights around Lamine. So on the left side, I have added a bit of red, while on the right side, what I want to do is I want to add the yellows, just like that. Some quick yellow highlights. And obviously we're going to be having it behind him as well, just like that and like that, while at the same time I want to do that same treatment but on a bit of a bigger scale right there. Then if we change to the yellows right about there. Right. Similarly, I want to do a similar treatment to the picture of him within the stadium. So one clipping mask on his right. That's going to be the yellow light. Right. Just a bit. Reduce it a bit on here. And then another layer of the red light, just like that, and obviously on his hair. And that is pretty much it. That is going to be the poster design. Now what we are going to do is we're just going to do that. We're going to group up all the layers, right? Duplicate it. Control E, Control A, Control X, Control V to make a separate layer of all these. So let me actually show you guys what I did. So I just duplicated the layers, the group, Control J. It's processing all the smart filters. Then Control E to basically merge the entire group, rasterize it. Control A, right, to select it. Control X to cut it. Control V to paste it, so that it does not, include any external parts of the design. And then we're going to go into camera filter, and we are going to be adding in some nice, cool design effects, visual effects to it. Again, this is going to be very subjective, and you can, just do whatever you like to do. I personally like to do these specific design treatments, as you can see on the screen right now, and that will be pretty much it. There we have a quick sports poster done within like 15 layers or so, and in a very quick way. Let me know what you guys think. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you guys in one way or another. Make sure to hit that like button if it did help you, and I'll see you all with more tutorials in the future, in the very near future. Peace.